Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. My name is Egbem Biwan Monjimbo, and I'm coming to you on Vosaworld Radio. As usual, we're going to do two things because we are recording this on Zoom. So there's going to be an audio version, and then later on, there will be a video version. So I'm going to start by welcoming my guests. You heard correctly, the big old S at the end of it. So I have more than one person with me in the studio today. I'll have them introduce themselves, and because I don't want controversy to catch me, I'm going to ask the person who's older to introduce herself first, then ask the second person to do the same. So over to you, sis.
Okay, my name is Regina EFETI, KULU-MOFA, OJONGTAMBIA.
There you go. When you have that number of names, you need to take your time. You need to pause and make sure that you don't leave any of them out. Yes. And then, sir, who are you?
My name is SANGO NDIVE MANGA.
All right. So now I have you here with me because of this group called Feca. What does Feca stand for, Mula?
FECA stands for FAKO Elements Cultural Association.
Mm-hmm. And so is that a group that is all over Cameroon and out in the diaspora, or it's something that is just peculiar to the USA, Sister EFETI?
No, it is all over. We have FAKO America, then FAKO America has in every state, they have different associations. Mm-hmm. Like we call ourselves FAKO Element Association, which is FECA, but the main body is FAKO America. And I think there's one too in England, and other places too. So
okay, so so you all are not tied to whatever association is in Cameroon. It's not that there is FAKO America, and FECA Houston, for example, because you are here from FECA Houston, is part of FAKO America, not necessarily tied to a FAKO association in Cameroon. Did I get that right?
That's correct. That's correct. Actually, we are an affiliate member of FAKO America. Mm-hmm. We are independent. It's like a federal system. We have our own rules. We can do what we want to do, but we are affiliated with them.
I get it now. So the two people I have in front of me here, what are your positions in FECA Houston? So let's start with Mula first, yes.
So my position, I'm the servant of a group. They call it president.
That is how it's supposed to be. A good leader is supposed to be a servant.
That's
not
correct.
To lord it over the people. And Sister EFETI, what's your position in the executive?
I'm just the chief whip and the advisor.
I don't know why you put just in front of it. That is a very, very important role to play in any group. If you don't play that role well, there's utter and total chaos. So don't say just, don't put just. So I'm really, really glad to welcome you here.
Yeah, if I may add, she used to be the president of FECA Houston, and I was her chief whip.
Okay, so the script has flipped.
Yes, she went on retirement, and because she did a very good job as president, I said, come and help us also to succeed. So now I'm her president, and she used to be my president. So,
okay. Interesting. All right, so who are the other members? So we have two of you here. FECA Houston is very ably represented. Do you care to share the rest of the cabinet, the rest of the executive?
Yes, we have a vice president, we have a secretary general, we have a cultural director, we have a financial secretary, a treasurer. Am I missing something? Yeah, EFETI. I think that's all right.
Right, besides her own chief whip position, which she already mentioned her own self.
Exactly.
Right. So what is the mission of the group? Why do you exist? What is this?
Our mission is to be well informed about what is going on in the world, mostly in Cameroon, and for us to help to our people back home, we are non-partisan group, you know, to help our people culturally, financially, and so on. It's just to help you go back in Cameroon.
Right. And I see you putting emphasis a lot on people in Cameroon. What about your own selves out here, Sister Eveti? How does that work? Do you do, because I know that most groups have things like, okay, when something happens, good or bad, happy or sad, the group reacts. So SANGO president has talked about the helping Cameroon. What about the component of people here in the, what's in it for them? If you're here, you join, what's in it for you?
Well, really, mostly, most of the time is we are together, we meet and see each other. And then if somebody gets sick, we make sure that we take care of the person. And if there's a birth, these younger ones who are still having babies, we celebrate with them and we give them something, a gift. And then for those who are who get married, we support them also with a gift. And we have cultural days. We have barbecues during the summer. We do a lot of practicing and dancing. Our Bakuri dance, and we teach it to our children. We have won so many trophies. When we went to FAKO America, we have been the main chapter that has been winning trophies because our kids can really dance.
That is a very good thing to hear, a very heartwarming thing to hear.
And if somebody loses a relative, we come together. If they're doing a week here, we come together, we cook and support them also financially.
Well, that is very good. That's what a family should be. That is very good to hear, that when you join that kind of a thing, you're within your own family. So who is eligible to join? Is it just indigents of FAKO, or can you say, I have lived in Tiko, Ekona, Bokwango all my life, I can join? What is the membership? Anybody who's listening there and say, hey, I'm from FAKO, how does that work? What do the rules say?
So to be able to join a Feca Houston, you have to be a native of FAKO. Okay. Residing in FAKO does not really qualify you to be a member of Feca Houston. You can be you have it through being a native and through marriage. Those are the only criteria to be a member of Feca Houston.
Makes sense. I think that's about it for most groups that I know about. Okay, so we've covered the mission. We've covered the mission. Part of the mission flowed into the goals. Why you exist. Now, how long has the group been existing for? When there was Feca Houston founded? When was
it was founded it was founded in 2001.
Okay. So it's been on now. Trust me, my arithmetic is not the least bit good, so I don't even want to dare try to figure out how many years that is.
That's about more than 20 years. I think 21, 22.
At least
21 years.
Yes, if my arithmetic is good as well.
It has been there for long.
A long time, yes.
What have the achievements been in that amount of time that you can remember? I'm going to come back to Mula for him to talk about the ones that within his term of office. But Sister Eveti, you were obviously there from the very beginning.
Yes. I remember we did some desk to some villages in I've forgotten the name of the village, but one of the villages in Boyade, we sent desk to the school and toilets, and also we built toilets for them.
So do you do that do you do projects on a yearly basis, every other year, or just as the need arises? Somebody says, oh, look at this is going on here, and then you react and you do it?
As needed.
As needed. So it's not as if you say every 2 years, we must do this, every 3 years, every so and so. As the news gets to you that there's a problem, then you attend to it.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to come over to Mula, who has been there. You've been president of Feca for how long? When were you voted into office?
I think this should be my third year.
Yeah, third year.
I'm in my fourth year, I believe. Third year. I have
it's hard to count these days because
my
COVID
office
just
expired. my term expires in March of next year, so this is
March
my
of 2023.
Yes.
Okay. So how would you talk about the achievements? One of them I know because I just saw recently. I happened to be watching the whole thing. I was glued to my TV or my, not my TV, my desktop actually, watching the coronation of His Royal Highness Mullah Chief Robert Isuka Indeli. Yes. I saw you there in your Sanjan all representing and waving your American flag right there on Town Green. And then not long after that, the cholera outbreak happened there in Limbe. And I saw, it's not even on the thing, I just saw it there on, I think, Facebook, and somebody tweeted it as well.
You saw it somewhere.
Yes, and more than once. Yeah. A donation of water to one of the kids. Can you talk about that and the other achievements too?
Yes, when I took office, when regime took office, we met with this unprecedented COVID-19 which technically incapacitated us in some ways, you know. But even despite that, we've tried to do the things that we do best, reaching out to people in need, like EFETI said, back home. We managed to send thousands of masks in all the villages in Limbe. That was in 2000. And since then, we've been kind of living in a bunkers because of what is going on in the world. We can't even have our regular meetings and dance and eat our famous kwakoko and so on. And the coronation, like you said, we being the biggest group, FAKO America is the largest organization, FAKO organization out of Cameroon. And Feca Houston also is the biggest cultural group out of Cameroon. So we were, myself, the leader of the group, was sent down there as an ambassador to represent Feca Houston, FAKO America as well. And a day or two before we came back, cholera came in.
Struck.
So we just had to do what we had to do. The team behind with EFETI and our vice president and members of Feca Houston put themselves together, put funds together, and sent down to Cameroon, where I had to go around to the hospitals to see what's going on and assess the situation. And finally, we bought water and some medical supplies. That's it.
That was very good. That was very, very timely. And that would definitely have saved lives. That's what it should be about. You can't just say, well, I wait for the coronation. This was not in the plan. So, well, I'm so sorry. I'm just sad to see the situation and then get on the plane and come on back. You're supposed to react to what you see there on the ground. So what was that? What was the feeling like? I was looking at it here and feeling so proud of the entire thing, watching that whole thing happen. I was there I woke up, I think at 3 a.m. in the morning and sat glued to that thing the entire time. So what would you say? What were your impressions? What was your reaction? And I'm going to ask this directly too, because you were there present and you were there live. I'm going to ask her what she thinks too about how she felt about it, the part that she got to see. So you first, because you were there live.
It was very refreshing. That was, it was, I don't know if I use the words honor or privilege to witness history live in Boya. I mean, something that I've never seen in my life. I did not even see it coming. And what is going on back home now, the health safety situation back home, but the turnout was really, really, really awesome. We had a good time. People were happy. And you could see in the videos and everything, we had a lot of meetings, interviews, and so on. So it was great.
Every group you could think of was out there.
I mean, I saw all the FAKO groups, the Northwest groups, even the Muslim groups that came together,
Just the prayers. There was the Imam there. There was the Catholic priest.
Yes.
There was Moderator Funky from the PCC. Yes, it was amazing to watch. Everybody came out.
That was cool, I mean,
that was history.
That was history. That is service. Yeah, that was history. I mean, when I saw the Imam went in and prayed, and I said, "Oh, I mean, for the Catholic, that was okay." But when the Imam came, I said, "Okay, this is something else,"
Right. And a lot of members of government were there. entertainers. The anthem was sung in Mukwe. It was awesome.
Exactly.
It was a very proud day.
It was a memorable day. It was a memorable day. I mean, we'll never forget that, you know.
No, not anytime soon.
Yeah.
Sister Michi, you're going to say something about it too.
No, just saying that it was really awesome, so beautiful. I saw all types of cabas, all types of sangers, all styles. I'm telling you, and all those
and even headgear.
And
the Malay dancers went wild. Those plantains were well chewed.
It was really awesome. I mean, something as Sango Dive said, is something that we have never witnessed. So we witnessed it, and it was just so awesome. All those dances, I saw the one that they call Malay, and then the one that they call. I'm telling you, I said, wow.
Even the group from where you all are, where at least your brothers are from too.
Yes.
The Bimbia group came with the canoe. They came with the paddles. I was calling my children here, come and see your grandmother's people.
Yes.
But that was interesting. I've never seen a land canoe. I've seen sea canoe, but
I was watching them, I was like, my children, come and see culture. In fact, it was, you see, I had something for once, not just a song on YouTube to show my children and say, come and see. So I was like, even doing it with my son, like I said, this is how men greet each other. Like this, I'm doing it. Hey, I doing it. My son is like, what is that? I'm like, come and see your culture on display. It was a wonderful thing to behold.
It made us proud again to be from FAKO, you know. We have a very rich culture. We should be very proud about it, you know.
True. And so from what I see now, the last text I saw before I came on here was somebody sending a tentative program for the coronation of the Paramount Chief of Victoria or Limbe as well. I think they were saying that tentative date, maybe June 8th or something like that. Somebody was saying a tentative program.
Yes.
So it's tentative. So are you going to be going again?
Yes. For now, we are still working. I'm a member of the board of directors of FAKO America. We have 2 first-class chiefs in FAKO, and we just came from one. We did not see the second one coming that soon. I mean, what happened to the other is going to happen definitely to this one in Limbe.
Right.
No
pacha about it.
No pacha. I like that's a good one, pacha. That way I like it. You know, myself being I think the only FAKO president here in the United States that's from Limbe, originated from Limbe. I know they say my mother is from Boya, but you know, my name is Manga, not Menyoli, so I'll take the Limbe side. So I think we have to work hard to make sure that the coronation in Limbe also becomes a success. And you know, what we're trying to do, we're trying to see if we can copy the template from Boya.
Right.
And make it better in Limbe, because Boya, they did a very good job. They started it from scratch. But we're going to copy and paste, modify, look at
it. Improve, yes. You have the advantage of having seen what did not go quite well and improving on it. But I tell you, I sat there, the minute I saw that car come out of the chief's palace with the 4 guys standing on the other thing, I was like, yes, here we go. This is it. And they look, with the little ladies with the calabashes and smoke coming out of it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it was something. So you have a template, not that you don't necessarily have to replicate word for word. There are other things that are peculiar to Victoria and to Limbe and everything.
True.
But then I'm looking forward to that, definitely.
If there's anyone prior to the coronation who was saying that Bakreman Mokreman is dead, I think that one that was just a reminder that do not underestimate us.
Far from it.
We were, if at all we were dead, we were jump started that day.
Correct.
We are moving forward until
Amen to that. Amen to that. And looking forward to it. I will be sitting again there, glued again.
Yeah.
And watching.
And you know that the honorable chief of Boya, Ndeli, used to be a president of FAKO America.
You see, so FAKO America is a breeding ground for greatness.
Yes.
I mean, like I said earlier, United States has the biggest FAKO group out of Cameroon. So everything about FAKO, you want to look at us also, because we are also a force. We impact lives in FAKO. We make changes. We do things positively to make sure that the FAKO man is successful, politically, socially, economically, and so on.
Even education-wise, what you said about helping with the, that's awesome. So what are we? Okay, there's this coronation coming up. Any other events coming up over the summer that we should have a heads up and be ready, be prepared to make plans to attend?
Yes. We have our upcoming convention in Minnesota. Actually, we normally have this every year. We normally have it in June, but just because the hotels were booked and it was extended until now, they could only give us a space in August. So it's August. I'm sorry, August 5th to the 7th. So, but this is going to be a very special convention. It's a special. First of all, it's going to be an election year.
Okay.
And secondly, we're going to have our king, the paramount chief of Boya, will be here in Minnesota. So we're going to be receiving him as well. So I want to use this opportunity also to inform us, everybody, the FAKO people, the non-FAKO people, that please book your tickets. Book your tickets, come to Minnesota, let's have fun. Yeah.
Celebrate.
Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate. Let's celebrate.
First of all, welcome the chief,
the paramount
chief to his home away from home.
Yes.
Him and his family. Yeah, that would be another proud moment.
Yes, true.
Yes. Also, no, I'm glad to hear that. So people can you say the dates again? When are those dates? So people can just listen to this now and run and go book their flights.
So I would say that it should be from the 4th till the 7th. Convention normally is from the 5th to the 7th, but we're going to take the 4th, which is a Thursday, to welcome the paramount chief and have some good time with him. Those who have not met him or have not seen him after he was taken to this highest level, they'll be able to meet him and talk with him and chat with him. I mean, before he left the United States, he was a paramount chief to be. Yes. Now he is a paramount chief, so the difference is very clear.
Very. There's a difference between even here in the United States that we're used to. A president-elect is not the same as the president after the inauguration in January.
Thank you. Yes. That's a good one, though.
Makes a very different thing, and with with full honors and everything.
Yes.
That are supposed to be due him. That is awesome to hear. Anything else, Sister EFETI, that is on the even before the convention is going to be, of course, the major thing. Any other events? Culturally speaking, what's going on? What's on the horizon?
Not that I know of, except that we just have to be practicing.
Okay.
Practicing towards the convention.
You're planning to win again this time. Feca Houston is planning to win again.
Feca Houston is going to win.
Yes, that's for sure. Now there's nobody here to argue against it. So, but
I mean, when she knows the system very well. When she says that, I mean, I believe her 100%. Because
I guess I have no choice but to go ahead and join and put my bets behind people too.
we are not only the biggest, but we know how to make things work. So when she says that, I believe her.
I know. Yep. Full disclosure, I have a sister that's in that group too. So I know that I'm of course rooting for that group full time. My apologies to the other groups.
Thank you.
But I'm of course rooting for this group. So during these conventions like this, the kind of activities are what, so that somebody who is hearing about this is excited to go finally meet the paramount chief. Then there's going to be cultural dance displays, dancing. They've heard that. What else goes on that somebody can be listening to and saying, I want to go?
On the Fridays, what we do is on the Fridays, they have a cultural night where we display all our cultural food, all the Bakuri foods. We display, people eat, and then we do the competition, the dancing and the choirs and all that. We do that on a Friday. Then on a Saturday, we have the general meeting to discuss what the things that we plan to do for the year, for people back home and people here. And after that, we have a gala. And then on the Sunday, we have a barbecue. And most of the time in that barbecue, sometimes we do have some activities like some soccer and all that. Yes, and then the children have all those jumping jacks and all that stuff. They do all the sports things that we can do.
Right. So there's something for everybody there. If you're not into the food, you're into the cultural displays like the dancing, or if you all of the above, then they are all the better for you.
Yeah,
that is exciting. I'm sure people have heard that and will definitely be wanting to book those flights and go be part of the fun.
That's true. Okay, just to add to that, also on Saturdays we have the early hours of the day. We do have boat rides. We go out there, you know.
Oh yes.
Minnesota is the land of is it 10,000 lakes?
Yes.
So
I've never been there, so I'm excited to go see.
Yes.
And see the malls as well.
I forgot about that fact. That's a lot of 10,000 lakes. So I guess you pick a lake and go have fun on that there, which is reminiscent of. I see your background right there on this thing as we're watching here. That is the beach right there.
Yeah, exactly.
So there you go.
So you're taking a Bimbia man to the water. So it's always very exciting.
People should organize a swimming competition and see who wins.
You'll be surprised that the boy man will win.
Very possible.
They do extra homework and just to
they have the
lakes
in their backyard, so they get an unfair chance to practice.
Yes.
before you get there. And so, if you said your term is running out in the next year, I'd like to ask a simple question. How would you assess the years that you've been there? I know COVID was part of the thing, so there's a limit to how much you'd have done, but then you still got some things done. How would you assess your reign, your term of office?
So I think about the reign or the leadership. So
leadership, yes.
Okay.
Because that is it. Whatever has happened, it's happened because a group is only as good as its leader.
Right.
That's good. I mean, that's a good question. About shift the question to EFETI.
Okay, I guess that makes sense because the leader himself shouldn't be sitting there to assess it. I'm sure he has an opinion about how much he did, but it's better to hear it from the person who was under that leadership.
Except you want me to give myself an A+, so that's why I want somebody else.
He has done an excellent job, especially on the membership drive. Oh my God, the number of people that he has brought who had been in Houston here for many years, and they never joined Feca Houston, but he has been able to bring a lot of them into the meeting. And that is a good thing because we want to know each other and be each other's keepers. We are a family. That's one of the things that he has done. And he has so many good ideas, like trying to make us diversify to do something that can be financially productive, which is really good, so that we don't have to be stressing just to be looking for the little change that we have from our pockets. We can get help from other charitable organizations so that we can do more, like this COVID, this cholera that just happened. If we had support from other associations, other non-profit organizations, would have done more than we did. Correct. But I know we still do very well. So in his leadership, he has tried to do so much that I personally am so proud of him for that because there's a lot of order and discipline, and people are excited to come to the meeting, even though it's by Zoom right now. But at first we used to go to people's houses and meet with each other, and sometimes we'll just be dancing after the meeting and everything that people don't even want to go home. We leave so late.
Right.
Yeah.
So they don't do it as a chore. Well, meeting has come, you roll your eyes and
no.
You're excited to be there.
Everybody's excited to come to the meeting. Yes.
That is very good. That speaks all of you.
Thank you.
You're going to say something else, Sister.
Yeah. So okay, go ahead.
I have something else.
So I'm going to ask a question also to Sister Egwe. So can a servant be more than his master?
No.
Even the Bible says
Even
that.
the Bible says that. No, you cannot.
So the people of Feca Houston are my masters, and I'm their humble servant. My job is to make sure that I serve them, give them all what they need to grow. And I mean, EFETI, thank you also for the kind words. I have not done this myself. We have done it together. We have done a lot of new things for Feca. We've done stuff that benefits us as well. They say charity begins at home. And I'm like an open book, put things out on the table. People bring me good ideas. I say, okay, if you have an idea, just educate me how it's going to help the FAKO man. If you educate me and if it works well with me, I bring it to the floor, we vote for it, and it becomes our law. So they say leaders are good. I don't think leaders are really good. Leaders are surrounded by good people. If you don't have good people around you, you'll never do anything right.
True, but you still have a job as a leader. Just like in homes, we have somebody whom we call the family leader. Yes. You have to have the discernment. Like you said, people bring ideas. Somebody comes and says, okay, he has this idea. Every month, let's make sure that we empty the treasury coffers and eat the cocoa and you say, yes, that's the thing. That's a great idea. That's going to be a problem right there. So you do have to have the discernment to say that thing. And then people are there. They are in this country. We are all smart and intelligent people. Yes. If somebody brings an idea that is not good and you just say, that's rubbish. You even if the idea is not a good one, you don't use that kind of language and upset them and hurt them. Then they say, I'm not coming back to this meeting ever again. Those are the kind of things. So every president, yes, your membership is part of the deal, but you have to have the tactics, the tact. You have to be a people person to know how to, even when you say, no, that's not going to work, to say it in a way that doesn't, like somebody understands, it's not as if the person has a problem with me. It's the idea that wasn't the right one.
That's very true.
Then, and I know even that in spite of that, who are we kidding? We're all human beings. We have to, it doesn't matter what you do or say, they just are difficult like that. But then, thank God, the vast majority, people see. They can see that if you're transparent, you mean well.
That's very true.
They will follow. They'll follow behind, they'll rally behind you and help you to succeed. But this has been a very, very interesting chat that we've had right here.
Yeah, if I may add something,
please.
Like you said, you were very correct. If they tell me that we should empty our account and go eat barbecue somewhere, of course I will not allow that because that's not going to help. It's counterproductive to to us Feca Houston and so on. And there's no stupid question. Every question is good. It's just that we might not pick that stuff to work with it because maybe that's not what we want. So there's no stupid question. There's just no way I'll stand up and tell somebody, oh, that doesn't make sense. If we have to flip the coin, if they do that to me, I won't be happy myself.
That's right.
So
learning to treat people the way that you want to be treated your own self.
Yes.
And remembering, of course, that now you are there in the position of leadership, the time will come when, as we say, if you're done serving, you revert back to being a member, and you have to go back to being somebody who's also, and you will not want that to happen to you either.
That's true.
So
I'll be going to Bidimbia, Bonabile to be catching fish. I won't come back. I won't come back to power like EFETI.
They tricked me. They tricked me to come back.
You never know. You never know.
They tricked
never
me
say
to
never.
come back. Oh, don't worry about that.
She was on retirement. We brought her back, so I'm not coming back. The thing is that we are blessed in Feca Houston. We have very good leaders, and one of the things that we have done is that even when I'm in the meeting, I allow other leaders to lead the meeting. They lead the meeting in a way that even when I'm not there, nobody feels my absence. We don't want to make a meeting to be in a way that the president is not there. See
it's a big old vacuum.
Yeah, so
that nobody can. There's not going to be any continuity.
Exactly.
Thereafter, and the meeting, the thing is handicapped because one person is not there.
Yeah, it's just that mindset. Oh, president is not here. Meeting is not going to work today. No, guys, we have great leaders. So even after my regime, we're going to have people who want to take us to the next level. I'm happy. EFETI did not let the cat out of the bag also for the good things we want to do to make money. because when we see it, somebody's going to do it before us. So thank you. You didn't let that cat out of the bag.
I
like
didn't
that.
say that.
Now I'm curious looking like.
I was reading your lips.
Diplomatic.
I was reading your lips. I said, oh my God, I hope she will not say anything. Because that it shows wisdom. She's been a president. She knows what it takes. So I really, I truly.
You don't want to. You can kill an idea if you let it out prematurely.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you. Yeah. EFETI also. I mean, let me just say it now very clearly. You've been so instrumental in this our leadership. You know, times we speak even odd hours just to make things work. Thank you so much. We have a lot of members who help us grow. And there's no way, that's why I don't like to take credits. I like also to take credit because it's a weird thing. I want to thank you so very much for taking your time to come to this interview, because I know you were somewhere. Thank you, Stagwe, for giving us extra 30 minutes as well.
No, I thought it's my pleasure and my honor. People need to know about the existence of these groups so that they themselves can belong and get their children to belong. Because it's that everybody has a busy schedule. Nobody is able to teach anybody those things, and they'll be lost. I keep saying, look at the African Americans we have here, struggling to go and pay good money to find out what their roots are. Where do I come from? You see them saying, I'm 10% this thing, I'm 3% this other one. Then I'm like, you are naturally there directly from your parents. You know exactly where you come from, a lot of that culture. You should be proud of it. You should be proud of it and know about it. So it's a good thing, because this is the link for many of our children and grandchildren to the home, to the motherland, to their identity. You have certain gifts, certain things, and you're wondering, how come? That's because you probably have if you knew about your ancestry, then you can understand some things better. Why you kind of tend to be this certain way, certain mannerisms, certain characteristics that you show, because you're descended from this. It also helps them to be grounded, to just know and carry themselves proudly, because sometimes they go to this, they're here in America, in the diaspora here, they say your name is, you have a funny name. Like, what's funny about my name? It's a name just like your own. You know, that gives them it helps them to feel confident, so that they know they go, this is how they ask them. I know some of them do show and tell. That's the thing that happens in elementary schools. Why not wear a little kaba, wear a little sanja, and go to school?
And go to school on that day. Yeah.
Proudly, and proudly say, this is where I come from, and be proud of it. So I thank you.
Also we have our children, especially Feca Houston, we make sure we give them a good Christmas party. And that party we bring is one of the members becomes a Santa Claus without them even knowing. So it's so exciting
for them.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's good that you're doing that for the programs for the children, because that's what's going to keep them interested. And if they are the future. If you don't do that, then this whole thing we're talking about will die and fade away along with us when we're not here anymore. But if you inculcate it into the children, then you can be sure it's going to continue. Down for generations down the road.
Yes.
Yep. So I'm really, really happy that you took the time to come over here and talk about this. We need to do this more often so that people are aware that there is a group like yours.
Yes.
And go belong or go just help in whatever way they can, both here in the States and back home. So I wish you only the very best. Maybe I'll have Ebola come back when he's back from Limbe to tell us how that went. Sister Evita, are you planning on going for the coronation? You're not sure yet?
Not sure yet, because it came so abruptly. It was just too fast.
Yes, to plan, to not enough time necessarily to plan well ahead of time. Right. I hope they do some other thing, maybe over in December or so, some kind of celebration for those who are not able to come. Of course, it will not be the coronation again, but it will be just a celebration.
Yes.
And at least you have the one in Minnesota to go to, so it's not all bad.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
If I may, before we go off, I just want to thank you so very much for all what you've been doing. The Vosaworld Radio, you are like a light. You know, you go to dark areas and make it to be bright. You know, so you're showing a lot of things. I watch your shows. I never I was not even looking forward to ever come to a show. I never knew that one day you're going to Google me and bring us to the show. I'm happy that we came here. At least we've talked a bit about FECA Houston and FAKO America. And we are encouraging all the FAKO natives in the United States that in your various states, look, find or Google your traditional groups. Let's not allow our culture to die because our kids here, when they go to school, they have a different mindset. We have to bring them close so that they should learn about stuff. I mean, we are also learning how to speak the language, how to do things. And thank you. Your radio has now taken us now to the next level. We really truly appreciate everything.
Our pleasure. And anytime if there's going to be something, it doesn't even have to be that we sit down here and take your precious time to sit down here like you're sitting down now. If there's an announcement to be put, like when you're finally decided on the program and everything, you send that in. We'll be glad to announce it and say, coming up in a week's time, in 2 weeks' time, there's going to be this, yes, the program, and do that. We are a community-based radio. It's there for that. So that's my plan, to do that and bring in cultural groups that talk about the things that are dear to us, that are important to us, that keep us attached to a little umbilical cords attached to our home country. It's important. You can't just keep running around the place here doing things like with no roots, So anytime, let me know or send that information in. I will be glad to broadcast it far and wide. Sister, if you have a last word too.
No, we appreciate you because just as Sango said, you have really opened this Vosaworld radio, I mean, worldwide, so that we see so many things, the things that you bring there every weekend on Saturday morning. I mean, I was looking at the other lady who went and opened a clinic, I think in Bamenda or something, I've forgotten her name.
Right.
And I was just saying, wow.
Yes.
Yes. I say, wow.
Know that she's there going to give free eyeglasses, free screenings and things. Yeah. Those are things that people are doing there. But if people don't know that it exists, then it doesn't help.
And those type of things, when you bring them out like that, people are ready to help. If they want to do something, now you know that you can help them in this situation where they are, if they need anything.
Correct. Or you do the same in your own area. If you're not going to even have that one, it's an idea that is put in your head. Okay.
Put it in our head, right.
Let me go do my own too in Bokwango. Let me go do my own in Bojongo. Let me go do my own thing too. Do people in Bojongo don't have eye problems? Are they going to leave Bojongo and go to the Dandop where she was doing her own thing to get the glasses from there? No. You bring it to your own place too. So that's the whole idea. And if it's that kind of competition, it's a very healthy one.
Very true.
And say, because I'm about to, I will have a maker come to and tell me about they're doing their solar panels to get electricity. So every day people are thinking, you call them, no, I could not come. They cut the light. NAO took the light. Okay, these other ones have to worry about no NAO. They get it from the sun for free.
That's true, for free. That's true.
So that's the thing. So I'm saying, come over here, come and explain it, come and say it. How did you get this done? So some other
so somebody else too can do it somewhere else.
Yes, very true.
Yes, that's the reason behind this, and I'm glad that you saw it, because I could talk like that and preach and follow you and be screaming, and you say, no, it's not, I don't want to do it. What would I do? Come and handcuff you? so the thing is that I'm glad. I thank you instead for saying, when I called and said, do you mind please coming to do this? You said yes, and here you are. And now people know. So now at least nobody can say, I didn't even know that there was anything for FAKO people. I didn't even know. Now you know. If you don't go, exactly, you have chosen not to go, but you know what is out there.
Yes.
So we'll go ahead and close. I know you're two busy people, so we'll go ahead and stop here. My regards to your families. I know you're going back with that, and all the best with the rest of your term of office and all the plans that you have ahead to go. I cannot wait to see that coronation happen. And I'm looking again for you and your Sanja and your flag.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. We thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We appreciate you.
Thank you for all you do.
My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm trying to copy the whole servant thing, like he said.
Yes.
All right then.
Okay.